Hello there, welcome back to part 2. I have just taken a break because I was running out a bit of time. So just to go through what we've already done. So we've got the inside cover done. We've got our first pocket with the acetate pocket at the bottom and journal and index card in there. We've got the back side of the next page done. Our second pocket with the acetate pocket at the bottom with the next index card. And we're now on to the third page, of which I'm attaching this piece at the top up here. Now whilst I was off air, I made myself my brew. My throat was going a little bit, so I've made myself a brew and I've put my chicken on for my Sunday dinner. So that's what I'm having later. Just have a slurp of tea. Just bear with me a minute. Oh God, that's hot. Oh, I'd be complaining if it was cold though, wouldn't I? Right. So, bit of a recap again. The page, when it's printed out, comes with this dark edge already on it. So if you trim away your papers and you're left with no dark edge, then the ink that you need to use, the distress ink that's the same colour, and you can't see mine now because I stand that on top, and so it deposits the ink, but this is walnut stain. So you'll need to just ink cut your edge where you've trimmed. Okay, so which one am I using? So I'm using my Collall glue on this because I don't want the ridges. I'm gluing away here, can you see? There we go. So like you want to see me gluing. How interesting is that? So I'm doing a wobbling line now because I'm not on my flat surface like I normally would be. I'm doing it on the book, so I'm trying to be a bit careful. And then I do my back and forth. Well, this is just the way I do it. Obviously, do whatever suits you. Isn't this fun, watching me put glue on? Oh, there we go. So that page can just be stuck straight on that back part. Make sure that I've got an even border all the way around. Of course, I haven't brought my bone folder with me, have I? So that I can, run it over to squish it all down into place. So I just have to use my hand. There we go. Let me just tilt that just slightly. There we go. And then this card here, which is there's a page with these on, and there's also another page which is as a journaling card. So I've printed these out and I'm now going to use this as a belly band. So I'm just going to place glue on the top and the bottom, obviously not on this side, on the other side. And I'm going to use my PVA glue for that. So I'm just going to place a line of glue across the top and a line of glue across the bottom. And I can now place that in the centre. And it just so happens it's the same height as my page. How good's that? There we go. And I've got sort of equalish amounts then either side of that card. But this now acts as a belly band. So it means that when that's upside down, because of the A-frame, when that's upside down, because it's a belly band, nothing's going to fall out of it, unless it falls out sideways. Now, in my local shop, I think these were in the works. And they were pads, and it says my week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I thought that these would be ideal to sit in here because I could do a plan of what meals I want for the week. if I want to plan that much, that is. Or it could even be a bit of a shopping list. So I can slot those in there. Obviously I would normally wait for the glue to dry for it to go off, so because I don't want to push that right down because they'll get caught in the glue. But that's what I thought I could use this belly band for, was to put those in. And also any other cards, index cards that I've got, the spares, they could slot under there too. So then if I run out, then I've got some spares there. So they will sit in that belly band part. On the bottom page, me being super organised, having everything ready and in its place, look. On this page, now previously I put the background page on with the thumb holes. Because this is the third page and I want it to be a little bit different, I've just printed off just the sheet, not putting any thumb holes on. And I'm going to stick this on as a whole sheet, just to make the page look pretty, because we like a bit of pretty. Now you don't have to do this, because you could do what I'm about to do without putting this page on. I'm getting such a wobbly line doing it this way. Woo! You could just do what I'm about to do without putting this piece of paper on. But because I want it all matching and looking pretty, that's why I'm doing it. Because I can. And because I want to. Oh, I didn't ink my edge up. Quick. Come on, Carol. And I've got glue all on the back. This is professional, isn't it, eh? Classy. There you go. Oh, you've got the rough idea. It's only for me. So I'm going to sit that on there. Make sure I'm not covering the holes up at the top. Make sure I've got my even border. There, that's that bit done. This is then an envelope, that's from the kids. Now I haven't glued it all up yet, but I've cut it all out and I've inked it up, except I just need to do that little flat bit there at the top, because it always makes it look aged then when you do it where the fold lines are. See, look, it just gives it that nice defined edge now. So with this you could actually leave it unglued, because then you could open it up and use it as a file folder and just slip cards inside of there. That's obviously too big, but you get the idea. So then you could clip those in there and then just clip it shut. Okay, I'm actually going to glue mine down. So I'm just going to put some glue on the edge there, and I know that it doesn't go all the way up to the top. No, this one, yeah, this edge does go all the way up to the top. There we go. And down there. Now if you put glue on this side, this point here doesn't meet, it doesn't go quite as high as that point there, so it would make more sense to put glue on there, but you would need to know where this point finishes. So what I do is I just use that line as a guide to know where the glue needs to go, and then that glues down there like so. Now this I'm actually going to stick on so that it forms a pocket. So turn it over to the back, and I'm just going to put glue around 3 sides. And I'm going to glue it near the bottom of the page. Again, just making sure that it's centralised. So now I've got the envelope itself as well as a pocket at the back, which is why I've glued it further down the page so that I can get more in. So it means that any spare index cards, so that I don't run out and I'm running around my craft room trying to find where they are because I need them for another recipe, I can put my spare cards in there so that I've got access to them for this particular journal. I then have got a book that I've been pulling apart bit by bit, and it's a recipe book, and it's got these pages in, which is the recipe, serves, how many, the prep time, the cooking time, the ingredients you need, and any notes. And then on the back you've got instructions. So then I can fold this in half. Oh, a couple of ambulances just gone by. And then that can slot in the pockets at the back. And because I've put it lower down on the page, when that fits inside nicely and doesn't encroach on the holes at the top up here. Okay, next page. Now this was the page that I want to show you how I've gone on from here. So I've lost my card. Let's just use that one. So on this page here, you know I said about the pockets being upside down and you being able to use them without anything falling out. One of the things that's in the kit is this little pocket. Now if I'd done this before I thought about it, I'd have done it slightly differently, because what I've done was I've made this into a booklet rather than a pocket. I've put a magnet on it and I've put a magnet on the page. Now if I'd thought about it before I stuck the page down, I would have put the magnet underneath on the background page and then stuck this page on the top, so therefore you wouldn't see this. Now I can cut out a little circle of paper and stick that on top so that you don't see it, but like I keep saying, it's just for me. And then this I've made into a like match, what do they call it, the match flip booklet. So it was meant to be a pocket. There was little tabs on the side to make it into the pocket, but I've cut those tabs off, and then I've done it like the little matchbook flip, so that my pages, these little note pages here, are underneath there, and I've just stapled those in place. As you can see, I've also punched out a little heart there as well, just to make it a bit more decorative, but that now just slots underneath there. And because there's a magnet underneath that side on the back, let me just show you. See, well, it's a washer, so I've put the washer in there. Slots under there, and then that just sits on there. And then that doesn't matter whether it's that way, or that way up, because the magnet's holding it in place. On this pocket here, I've cut out one of the jars that's in the kit, so that I thought if I get any nice recipes for sauces, because I've also found I've now got an intolerance to eggs, so no mayonnaise or salad cream for me, I could write a sauce recipe in the little jar, or pickles or anything like that I could make. So that sits in there. And the other thing that you might notice is on the bottom here I've done the day of the week. So my thinking is, because this is just for me, for obviously my new dietary requirements, so this is going to be my choice of recipes for Mondays. And if I put 4 different recipes in there, then I covered myself for the month for what I can do on a Monday. That will then be Tuesdays, put the 4 recipes in there, and then I've got myself covered for a month on Tuesdays. This could then be my shopping list of what I will need to get then for the following week. This will then be for Wednesday. This page will then be for Thursday. So all I did was I just printed out the days of the week on a piece of card, cut them out as a banner. I'll bring it up so you can see. Cut them out as a little flag banner, put some baker's twine in a hole on the end and then just stuck them on the page, so I know that that's for Thursday. Then I've got my weekly shop stroke file folder on this one. So there was an envelope on the 3rd page. There's the file folder which is in the kit. So there you go, look. So there's the rest of the days that I need to cut out. So once I've done every day of the week, I can then go on to, I could have another page for soup recipes, another page for desserts. Oh, no more chocolate cake. Okay, I finished sulking. Another page for sauces, another page for fine dining. That's for when friends come to visit. It just sounds posh, doesn't it? That's just when friends come round for the tea. So I've the rest of those to finish sticking in. And so you can see, look, I need to carry on decorating up the rest of my pages. So you get the general gist of how I'm going to make this work for me. But doesn't that make a fab little book that you can sit on the side? And as I say, if I've got some fancy recipes that I've never made before, then I could have that sat on my side with my recipe. Not going to be able to touch it because it's all there for me to be able to see. I haven't got a cumbersome cookbook anywhere. Anyway, that's my quick tutorial on how to make this, but it's a really quick project to make up. So ideal little Mother's Day gift, or birthday, or Christmas, or just because, or for yourself. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please give me the old thumbsy up. Leave me some comments if you want to. Love the comments. I've had some really great comments, so thank you for that. Please come and join me on my Facebook group if you fancy that as well. We do have a bit of a giggle. Sometimes I'm not always there because I'm busy working on stuff like this. But there's nothing to stop you all chatting amongst yourselves. Hope you'll go and purchase the kit from Artie Mays because it is a lovely one, as are all her kits really, but you know, this one in particular is really nice. Thank you very much for coming by, and I'll see you again soon. Ta-ra for now. I'm off for a brew. Bye.